description by Professor Pant on the mathematics of all this. Not to be left behind, I want to add my own mathematical formula to it. And that is, in operations research, there's a thing called a saddle point. The saddle point is where on one axis it's a minima, and on another axis it's a maxima. Think of a saddle on a horse and you get the picture. A minima on one axis and a maxima on another axis. If a drop of water falls on exactly the saddle point, which way will it flow? Cannot be told. But let's say a little wisp of wind or anything, the first drop starts flowing in a particular direction. Then the second, third, and the nth drop will flow in the exact same direction. What's the point of that? The point of this is today we are at a saddle point. Now, even though what we may do today may be a very small wisp, meaningless in the greater scheme of things. But if that drop of water starts flowing in a particular direction, 100 years from now, you will recognize that because of that drop of water flowing in that direction, the river started flowing in that direction. The third point I want to make is, I've been in the space of technology and education for a very long time, too long to remember. And I was privileged in my early life to have had an employee by the name of Malcolm Knowles. Anybody ever heard that name? Malcolm Knowles is considered the father of adult learning, andragogy. And what we are talking about, if you look at the 12 principles of andragogy, which separated from pedagogy, all of them come out in terms of collaboration versus individualization. And we are at a stage when we are talking about student-centric learning, and in that case, everything we do today will talk about those things. Oh, I see we are set, so I shouldn't say a whole lot more. Why isn't it moving? Well, everything has to start with a definition, and there are so many of them, but I choose the one that I like, which is social interaction and networking through blending of technology and media. That probably everybody may not agree with that definition, because as we get into some examples, you may feel that it's going outside the traditional scope of what social media is. But I think we haven't seen the end of social media growth, so I choose to keep the more expansive definition. So any communication can be turned to an interactive dialogue in social media. And I think that's where the collaborative part comes in. So the co-creation of value through the interaction of people is really what it's about. Generally speaking, it's online, web-based, and uses some kind of publishing technology and uses some kind of media. Broad definition, or not definition, broad scope of things, and it will become clear why I choose this broad definition as we go through it. Comprehensive list, if you can call anything comprehensive these days, almost. So many things that can be called. But we are here to see what is the role of social media in education and training. First and foremost, I believe it's employability. Imagine a world in which 20 years from now, if you go in and say, I want a job, and they say, or think of it today. Today you go in for a job and you say, I don't know how to read or write. Think of the prospects. That's about what it will be in 2 decades. For recruitment, for research, these things are happening today. Sharing of information through a variety of things, through learning, through peer interaction, and improved method of learning. These